All right, we'll just do an invocation and then we'll get onto the text. This text is really to the point, really straight to the point, and it's a lovely book. I will mute anyone that's not muted if that's okay. Thank you. There's a bit of a echoing on my end. So we'll start with a meditation. So just close your eyes. And I was listening to a book today. I read the physical book a few years ago. I really enjoyed it. But after getting it, I was in a conversation with it. In fact, it was last Thursday. The think tank. Michael Singer's work came up a few times. He's the guy who wrote the Surrender Experiment and the Untethered Soul. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to revisit some of his work because I do like Michael Singer. And so I've been listening to The Untethered Soul, and I would definitely recommend that book as well. I got so much more from it this time than when I read it. But I'm going to share a little analogy that he gives in the book while we're meditating. He talks about, please bear in mind that what I'm about to say will only take a few minutes. The way the information he shares leading up to this analogy is awesome. It's a great book for people who are skeptical. He has a very light-hearted approach to spirituality, Michael Singer. And it's an awesome approach to the spiritual dimension. But he's talking about how the five senses give information to the consciousness, to your soul. Okay. So he says, say you're driving in a bus or a train and you're looking out the window and you're seeing buildings, trees, cars, people. Because you're not focused in on something specifically, you're in the moment and your five senses are relaying what you're seeing, smelling, feeling, tasting, hearing to your consciousness. But let's say, in the analogy he gives, is let's say that your partner, your girlfriend or your boyfriend at the time, is driving a blue Mustang. And as you go past really fast, you see a blue Mustang and you just see two people hugging each other in the blue Mustang, but it goes fast. And the thought is, was that my girlfriend hugging somebody or my boyfriend hugging somebody? And all of a sudden you cling on to that image. And now all of a sudden you are not aware or focusing on what you're seeing. You're not focusing on the smells. You're not focusing on the trees going by or anything like that. You just can't get this image out your head. And then you start telling stories of, that couldn't be her. If it was her, is she cheating on me? Blah, 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 right? And he said, even if you resolve that or you don't, if you try and suppress it or you don't let it go, it will be what is known as a samskara. It's like a karmic signature in your heart, and it either closes you off to vital energy. Our emotions and our traumas, our samsaras, they either close us off and we don't want to relive them, or we love them and we chase for more. Okay. So aversion and attachment. But fundamentally, and he's saying that even if you find out that it wasn't your girlfriend, your boyfriend, they were in a different location at that time, the fact that we don't know how to process these things, they can leave samskaras in the heart, and they can be triggered by similar events in the future. and even in future lifetimes. So he's fundamentally saying, and he uses a famous analogy of a thorn. If you get a thorn or splinter in your skin, there's two options, two ways of dealing with that. You can either try and make your whole life so that nothing touches it. Okay. So you sleep a certain way so the bed sheets don't touch it. And if you have a partner, you tell them you cannot hug them. Okay. In case they touch it. It's okay, well, you take them. Thank you. You can, if you go for a walk in the bush, you can thin out your walkway, and you might think, I've dealt with this. I've dealt with this because nothing's going to touch my thorn. But what he says is, actually, that thorn is at the forefront of your life, because everything you do is structured around trying to avoid anything touching the thorn. The other option is to just remove the thorn. So, Master Shah's really emphasizing now, let it go, let it go, let it go. But The Untethered Soul is a beautiful book on how to logically understand why and how you would want to let something go. So we just reflect on that and stay with the breath. And just let go of anything outside this moment. Even when we do soul power, when we invoke the soul world, it's very important that we give all of our love to the soul world and appreciation, but we stay detached. The condition of detachment actually allows us to be one with everything. When we create a gap, a space in the stream of thinking, in the noise of daily life, of having to do things, that gap allows us to experience detachment. And in that space, we actually feel one with everything. For the next few breaths, scan your right leg, whatever position it's in. Just be aware of your right leg, the tendons, the muscles, the bones. And that conscious attention is love. And love your leg, be grateful for it. Shift your attention to your left leg. To your hips. Both feet. You can move your toes if you want. Feel life in your toes and your feet. Both ankles and both knees. Be flexible and open if you want to. When you feel and put attention there, you can see light nourishing your joints, nourishing your blood, your legs, your bones, whatever you put attention, see light nourishing that area. Your ribs, your left shoulder, right shoulder, your chest, left arm, right arm, hands, your heart. The space around your heart, your whole spine, your skull, your brain, your pineal gland, the center of your head, your eyes, your teeth, your tongue, your ears, your nose, the whole top half of your body from your navel up, the whole bottom half from your navel down, the whole right side of your body, the whole left side of your body. Now your whole body. Be aware of the space around your body. Come back to the breath. Dear Divine, God, dear the Tao, feel your body, your being, space around your being one with Divine and Tao. When you're one, life force flows freely through the whole organism. If you go to the ocean and you get a glass of water, you've temporarily separated the water in the glass from the ocean. There's still life force in the glass. But when you pour it back in the ocean, it becomes a part of the whole. This is what we do when we meditate. We drop the separate self and become one with the whole. They're all souls that support the Divine and the Tao. We love, honor, and appreciate you. Please be present. Yeah, our families, our ancestors, and Wanyin, all beings, all divine dot treasures. We love you all. Please be with us. I'm going to start this book, Tao Classic of Longevity and Immortality, on page, it's still in the beginning part, it's page 14. And you can stay in meditation for these first few pages. Some of this might be new, some of it might just be repeating old teachings, but that's okay. It's like working a muscle, okay? To understand the wisdom, knowledge, and practical techniques contained within the new Tao Classic, that is the core of this book, it is first essential to understand some important Tao terms and fundamental knowledge. What is Tao? Tao is the source. Tao is the ultimate creator. Tao is immortality. Remember, the Tao is permanent. The phenomenal world, the existence world, is impermanent. Tao is the universal laws, rules, and principles. In Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu explained that Tao is the blurred condition. Within the blurred condition, there is Shen Qi Jing. The Shen Qi Jing of Tao is the purest and formless Shen Qi Jing. Okay, so some teachings in this book, he's took it to the next level. It's things to reflect on. Listen with your heart. Okay? The nature of Tao. The nature of Tao consists of 10 essential qualities that are required for any serious Tao practitioner. I've explained these 10 greatest qualities in detail in my book with Adam Markel, Soul Over Matter. Da Ai, greatest love. Da Quan Shu, greatest forgiveness. Da Sibei, greatest compassion. Da Guangming, greatest light. Da Qianbei, greatest humility. Da He Xie, greatest harmony. Da Changsheng, greatest flourishing. Da Ganen, greatest gratitude. Da Fu Wu, greatest service. Da Yuanman, greatest enlightenment. Why does a person need to study and reach Tao? Millions of people wish to have good health and happiness. Millions of people wish to have longevity. Millions of people are dreaming of immortality. Tao is immortality. Tao is the source and ultimate creator. To study and practice Tao is to reach good health, happiness, longevity, and immortality. Shui Xian Cheng Dao. It means to purify your Shen Qi Jing to become a saint in order to finally reach Tao, which is immortality. To study and practice Tao can transform all our life. All life includes boosting energy, stamina, vitality, and immunity, heal the spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical bodies, transforming all kinds of relationships, transforming finances, opening spiritual channels, increasing wisdom and intelligence, enlightening the soul, heart, mind, and body, bringing success in every aspect of life, prolonging life, and moving towards immortality. Wisdom of karma. To reach longevity and immortality, the first step is to heal our spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical bodies. I cannot emphasize enough the ancient wisdom that everyone and everything is made of Shen Qi Jing. Sickness is due to Shen Qi Jing blockages. These blockages result directly from one's negative karma. What is karma? Karma is the record of one's services in all lifetimes, including this lifetime and past lifetimes. Karma includes positive karma and negative karma. Positive karma means that a person and that person's ancestors have offered love, care, compassion, sincerity, honesty, generosity, kindness, and more to others. Positive karma brings good health, happiness, blessed relationships, flourishing finances, and a good life. Negative karma is the mistakes a person and that person's ancestors have made in this lifetime and past lifetimes, including killing, harming, taking advantage of others, cheating, stealing, and more. Negative karma is the root cause of sickness, relationships, and financial challenges, lack of wisdom, and failure in any aspect of life. For instance, if you suffer knee pain in this life, you or your ancestors may have hurt others' knees in previous lifetimes, or even in this lifetime. If you are depressed, you and your ancestors may have caused others to experience depression. In one sentence, what you are suffering in the spiritual, mental, emotional, physical bodies is due to the suffering that you, your ancestors, have caused to others in their spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical bodies. Billions of people worldwide believe in karma. Billions of people have not yet realized this sacred wisdom and truth. I'm delighted to share the truth of this sacred wisdom and practice In one sentence, karma is the root cause of success and failure in every aspect of life. 3 key steps to accomplish longevity and immortality. In ancient wisdom, all sickness in the spiritual, mental, emotional bodies and physical bodies is caused by loti. It means leaky body. A leaky human body is like a cup with cracks. Fill the cup with water and the water gradually leaks out. A leaky human body is an unhealthy body that gradually leaks its Shen Qi Jing. To heal all sickness, the leaky body must be repaired, transformed, and filled. A human being's body has 2 major parts, spaces and organs. The major spaces include 7 soul houses, which are the 7 up the middle. Sanjiao, the 3 pathways of qi and bodily fluid. The Waijiao, the biggest space in the body, located in front of the spinal column, from the neck to the tailbone, plus the space in the back of the head. Jing channel, qi channel, shen channel. Step 1, Bulu Juji. Fulfill the leaky body and build a foundation. It includes healing all sickness in the spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical bodies by removing all layers of Shen Qi Jing blockages. To study and chant the new Tao Classic is to remove Shen Qi Jing blockages in the spaces and organs. You are actually repairing and fulfilling, To study and chant the new Tao Classic is to remove Shen Qi Jing blockages in the spaces and organs. You are actually repairing and fulfilling your leaky body in the spaces and organs simultaneously. You are purifying your spaces and organs. This mantra is really key for building the Tao-like body. It sends light in all different areas of the body. We'll get to that. Step 2, Mingxin Jianxin, enlighten the heart to see one's own true nature, Yuanxin, which is one's Tao nature. Mingxin Jianxin is the sacred major step to reach longevity and immortality. Ming means the nature of Tao, the divine, Buddha, and saints. Mingxin Jianxin means enlighten the heart to see one's own true nature. It is the pathway that one must go through to accomplish longevity and immortality. Enlighten your heart to see your Yuanxin, your Tao nature, or Buddha nature, Christ nature. Every human being has his or her own true nature, called Yuanxin. It is the nature of Tao, the nature of Buddha, the nature of all of saints in all realms. Why can't most people see their own true nature? It's because of Shen Qi Jing blockages. Mingxin is to clear Shen Qi Jing blockages, and Jianxin is to have a realization of one's Tao nature. Everyone has both Shushen, one's reincarnated soul, and Yuanxin, one's true nature of oneself. Yuanxin is hidden in the area of the Mingmen acupuncture point. See, this is a new teaching, okay? Located at the lower back, directly behind the navel. Shushen is located in the heart and is in charge of one's life. If one reaches Mingxin, one has removed many Shen Qi Jing blockages. One can then see the Yuanxin. Yuanxin is the true boss of one's life. In ancient wisdom, Mingxin Jianxin is to reach the saint's level. To meld Shushen and Yuanxin is to reach Tao. It is the highest achievement of Tao practice. Many saints are recognized by various religions. Saints have enlightened souls, hearts, minds, and bodies. There are countless Buddhas, holy saints, Taoist saints, lamas, gurus, kahunas, and more. They reside in the 4th dimension. Human beings are in the third dimension. A human Shen Qi Jing has much lower frequency, vibration, and quality than a saint's. So to become a saint, one has to learn from the saint's example, offer service to others to make others happier and healthier. When one serves, heaven will uplift one's soul, heart and mind and body, according to their level of service. Service can be given in every aspect of life through Shen Ko Yi. Okay, action, speech, and thought. That's Shen Ko Yi. We have shared the 10 Tao qualities above. They are the greatest natures of Tao, the greatest principles to follow in action, speech, and thought to provide the greatest service. Step 3, Bao Yan Shou Yi, Shen Qi Jing He. Hold, focus, and meld with Tao. Soul, heart, mind, body join as one. Bao Yan Shou Yi is the final step to reach Tao, to become a Buddha or a higher saint in other spiritual realms. They are the same. This is the highest achievement in one's spiritual journey and physical life. What is Bao Yan Shou Yi? Bao means hold, Yan means original, and specifically Yuanxin, Yuanqi, Yuanjing, which are the Shen Qi Jing of Tao. Okay, awesome teaching this. Shou means focus, Yi means oneness. Tao creates oneness. Bao Yan Shou Yi means hold and focus on your Yuanxin, Yuanqi, Yuanjing, and meld with Tao. Okay, so original soul, original energy, original Jing to meld with Tao. Let's use Tao normal and reverse creation in figure 1 to explain this process. Tao normal creation is Tao creates 1, 1 creates 2, 2 creates 3, 3 creates 1 Wu, all things. Reverse creation is 1 Wu returns to 3, 3 returns to 2, 2 returns to 1, 1 returns to Tao. Earth belongs to the Yo existence world. The number 1 law in the Yo world is Yin Yang law. The Yo world is the Yin Yang world. So it's a big teaching in itself. The number 1 law down here is Yin Yang. Tao and oneness are the Wu, emptiness, formless world. In the Wu world, the law is Bao Yan Shou Yi, oneness. If you're in the Yin Yang world, you have not reached Tao or become immortal because of the dual nature of Yin Yang. To reach Tao and become immortal, you must apply the immortal law. It is the Wu world law, Bao Yan Shou Yi, to become oneness. Zhong, okay, it's going to explain the Zhong concept here. The Chinese character Zhong represents the core of life for a human being. It is the fundamental area for Tao practice. It is located at Konggong, Mingmen, Weilu, Huiyin, Zhugenzhong, which means contemple, which is behind the navel, in the center of the body. Mingmen, acupuncture point, directly behind the navel at the back of the body. The sacrum, the perineum, plus the heels of the feet he advanced into in this book. It was the first time he introduced the heels of the feet as part of the Zhong as well. Everyone and everything has a Zhong. A human's Zhong is Ren Zhong, human's Zhong. Mother Earth's Zhong is Di Zhong, Tian Di Ren. Okay, so Di is Mother Earth, Di Zhong. Heaven's Zhong is Tian Zhong. Tao's Zhong is Tao Zhong. Zhong is the number 1 area for all kinds of spiritual practitioners to reach Tao, because the core of a human being, Mother Earth, Heaven, and Tao can be joined as one in one's Zhong. Zhong is the number 1 area for all kinds of spiritual practitioners to reach Tao, because the core of a human being, Mother Earth and Heaven, and Tao can be joined in one's Zhong. In chapter 5 of Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu revealed the sacred statements for the Tao practice of Zhong. Diu Yan Shu Chung Buru Shu Zhong, which means endless talking is not as good as focusing on the Zhong. This sacred teaching and practice has been the key guidance for humanity to do Tao practice to achieve longevity and immortality. So the Zhong area, we'll get to this, it's key, as he says, for the Tao practice. It is, I'll show you. I've got a diagram for you. How to use this book. Okay, Tao Natures. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen. Anyone has any questions, you can ask them now on what we've just shared. Okay. Can everyone see that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just zoom in a little bit here. This diagram is not for the Zhong diagram. This is for the 10 spaces in the body. But if you can see, I'll show you where the Zhong is. Okay, so this location here is basically the perineum. So right in the center here is the Konggong. So the mantra is Baoyan. It's in this mantra. It's a individual mantra within this mantra. Baoyan Shui, which means put your focus on your original Shen, original Qi, original Jing. Put your mind on Tao. And then it goes Konggong, this area, Mingmen, this area, Weilu, this area, Wei Yin, this area, perineum, Zhong, the whole Zhong, Ren Zhong, humans Zhong, Di Zhong, with the earth Zhong, Tian Zhong, heavens Zhong, Dao Zhong, Zhong Zhong Dao Kong Kong. That was a mantra that Master Sha had his students who were on the Tao journey chanting for a long time. Very powerful mantra. Chant that mantra throughout the day. You are forming a jindan here. Okay. But in this book, he also says that this Zhong area actually comes down to the heels as well. But he didn't really go into too much detail about that. If you just focus on this Zhong area. So you can alternate throughout your day. You can focus here in the Snow Mountain, base of the tailbone. You can focus on your first soul house, second, third, or the Mingmen. Around the time of this book, this was the main emphasis, the Mingmen point. But from this area, all major meridians start. Rendu and Dai specifically. The yin-yang energy circles, which is the Qi channel, Jing channel, and the Shen channel, are all stimulated by this area here. And it's a present moment practice. You try and focus in this area. I mean, you can just visualize a basketball in this area. You focus in this area, a basketball of light, and try and complain. You can't do the two of them at once. Try and judge. You can't judge and focus in this area. It's a present moment practice. Helps us keep our mouth closed, and it helps build a Tao-like body. So these are the seven chakras and the 7 conditions. Okay, so the base we have Da Guang Ming, and we're going to go back. I know we were doing it in the Tao Te Ching group, but we're going to go back to embodying each of the conditions each week. Okay. Now that we're doing this on a Monday, because this is really awesome practice, I promise you. You're going to love this mantra. And if you learn this mantra, it's so powerful. So first week will be Da Guang Ming. We're going to go over the wisdom of Da Guang Ming this week. So you got Da Guang Ming, which is greatest light in the first soul house. Makes sense because when you're pulling in universal light and Tao light into this location, it acts like a pump. Pumps light up. Okay, the Tao longevity journey, key area. This. Okay? Master Shah shared years ago that it took him 5 years when he was younger. When he first got with Master Guo, I think it was Master Guo who told him, "You have your focus here all the time." And it took him 5 years of serious training to be able to, manage in the world, teach, and all the rest of it, and constantly have his focus here. Okay, build this energy center. But that time's going to pass anyway. So just keep focusing, even if it's just in our meditations. If we can't do it with that throughout the day, and I don't focus there all the time, we're all learning together. Okay, so first is Da Guangming. Second, Da Ganen, gratitude. Okay, this is the grateful center. If you're not in a harmonious feeling, okay, a condition, should I say, in these areas, the opposite to these, which Master Shah doesn't really touch on, but the opposite of this is too much sexual thoughts, okay, or perverted thoughts. Here, food, right? Here, selfishness. And that's where a lot of humanity's stagnant energy is and what they focus on. Selfishness, food, sex. So with the harmonious 10 Das, we have greatest light, greatest gratitude. Here is humility, okay? Love is the heart center. Service, okay? We have to purify our speech. It's something I really need to work on. Forgiveness and enlightenment. These are not called, Master Shah's called them chakras over the years, but they were always considered soul houses, because when your spiritual channels are open, if you can see someone's center channel and see these energy centers, depending on your soul standing in heaven, will depend on where your soul will sit. And it can sit in between in the channel. Could take many, many lifetimes of service to go from one to another. He says, once you get to this center, you've reached soul enlightenment, one level of soul enlightenment. And if you ever see gurus or enlightened beings, or, it could be a mechanic down the road, it could be a humble guy. If you ever see their soul residing above the heart, they're a very advanced being. He says, he used to say to his students, you ever see someone whose soul resides above their head, you bow down. Very rare. Any questions on that?
If you have too much food, does that play havoc in the sacral area?
So rather than on a physical level, overeating is one of the worst things you can do on a physical level. But most of the time, see, this is the gross matter of the body. It's the jing, the matter. But most of the time, we eat too much because of our energy, our emotions. Okay. Usually we are triggered to eat foods that we don't need and too much of them. It's not because the body, we're not listening to the body. It's usually an emotional response. But that's not good, eating too much food. But we're actually talking about the emotional aspect here. These are energy centers. These are the spaces in the body. After we go through the spaces, we'll go to the 5 elements, and we'll go to the organs. But thanks for the question.
Okay.
So, Da Guangming.
Sorry, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Do you know where Master Shah's soul resides?
No. No.
Okay,
That's
thanks.
a simple answer. That answer, just no. So the first soul house is, this is the mantra for the first soul house. Okay. So the sound for the first, oh, it doesn't show you in this one. Does it show you in this one? Yeah, I made this one, right? So we've got, hey, remember this one, we've done this one. Hey, hung, honga, shi, wong, yo. Imagine this is someone's body and they're facing this way. They're facing to the left, right? The same as this guy, the ways this guy's facing. That energy is, this is the yin, this is the energy, the chi channel. This is for healing. So you want to heal something, you need to have energy moving. Hey hung honga shi wong yu. Hey hung honga shi wong yu. The Jing channel, which is the Matter channel, which is the Yang channel. We're not going to go into the Shen yet. That'll be in later weeks. Is the same the other way around. It's coming up the back, down the center. So yo, which is the wide out. Wongi xia hong hong hey. Yo, wongi xia hong hong hey. Now, the reason I share that is because look, we've got hey, 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 which is stimulating the first soul house. That's the sound for the first soul house. So this, look what he's doing here. He's doing hey, 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 Jin Dan, Da Guang Ming, Da Guang Ming, Jin Dan. So what's he doing there? Hey, 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 Jin Dan is building a Jin Dan for that area. But then he's also saying Da Guang Ming, which is the condition, Da Guang Ming Jin Dan. So there's like a yin yang pair of Jindans in every space of the body that we work through. And then the mantra, Wu Zai Dao Guang Zhong, Dao Guang Zai Wu Zhong, Tong Ti Tu Ming. The translation is, I am inside Dao source light. Dao source light is inside me. Whole body is bright and transparent in the Dao, in Dao light. So we're going to work our way each week through all 10 spaces and then 5 elements, 5 spaces, 5 elements of the body. We're going to chant the mantra all the way through. Well, do you know what? I might be, oh, I got it out. Never took a photo, sorry guys, of the lyrics. I'll send the lyrics to the group chat because I won't have enough time to do it now. I'll send the lyrics to the group chat so that you guys have got it, and I'll make a video as soon as I can. And but tonight, even if we just practice the first one and then we listen to the mantra, we'll put it on soon, okay? So we can practice this now. I'll chant this a few times and then you can chant along with me. Hey, 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 all of the light in your first soul house between your genitals and your anus. In that area, close your eyes. Or you can read this, sorry, my bad. Hey, 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 Jin Dan. Da Guang Ming, Da Guang Ming, Jin Dan. We'll just go over that. Hey, 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 Jin Dan. Da Guang Ming, Da Guang Ming, Jin Dan. Hey, 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 Jin Dan. Da Guang Ming, Da Guang Ming, Jin Dan. Hey, 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 Jin Dan. Da Guang Ming, Da Guang Ming, Jin Dan. This time as we chant, do a few more rounds. See that you are inside Tao source light. Tao source light is inside you. And your whole body is bright and transparent in the Tao light. Okay, so it's coming into this area and it's making the whole body transparent and becoming one with Tao light. Hey, 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 Jin Dan. Da Guang Ming, Da Guang Ming, Jin Dan. Hey, 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 Jin Dan. Da Guang Ming, 大光明金丹，嘿嘿嘿，嘿金丹，大光明，大光明金丹，嘿嘿嘿，嘿金丹，大光明，大光明金丹。好。Now we're going to see our loved ones sitting with us. All of the souls we've invoked. Anyone we want to do forgiveness with. And it might be ourselves, okay? It might be something we can't forgive ourselves, we beat ourselves up about. Something we did in the past. See your past self in the present. And see this light nourishing everyone that we're seeing with us. And we'll continue to chant the mantra. Hey, and see them chanting with us. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Jindan. Da Guang Mi. Da Guang Mi. Jindan. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Jindan. Da Guang Mi. Da Guang Mi. Jindan. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Jindan. Da Guang Mi. Da Guang Mi. Jindan. How? This week, we're going to embody Da Guang Mi. It's the greatest light. It's Tao light. We're going to put reminders everywhere. Okay, if you've done the 10 Da's on SoundCloud, you'll be familiar with this. Post-it notes, light everywhere. Someone's talking and they're complaining. Okay, visualize them in light. Visualize the body in light. If people are talking, you may have an opportunity. See if you can bring light into the conversation. Okay, I'm going to play not the full mantra because it's 8:30 already. I'm going to play just the section of this Melding with Tao Classic where he goes through the 10 spaces of the body. So I'll just mute myself.
Da Guang Mi, hey 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 Jin Dan, Da Guang Mi, Da Guang Ming Jin Dan. 我在道光中，道光在我中，通体透明，哼哼哼哼金丹，大感恩，大感恩金丹。道生德养，栽培智慧，道恩永存，轰轰轰轰金丹，大谦卑。 大千北金丹，柔弱不争，持续精进，是谦卑叠万丈金丹大金丹，无条件爱融化灾难，心情生命，洗金丹，大福金丹，是为公仆无私奉献，上乘法门，一金丹，大宽恕金丹，我原谅你，你原谅我，相爱平安和谐。嗡金丹，大圆满金丹，灵心脑身圆满，人地天道神仙体，复修炼才可攀，有金丹，大慈悲金丹，愿力增强，福众生，功德无量。哈金丹，大长生金丹，到此应付，行善积德，道业长生，玉金丹，大和谐金 心，其理断尽，成功秘诀。
So just stay with the space, the light. Be patient with this mantra, patient with this practice. It's a beautiful movement practice, this too. I'll get onto the video, hopefully next weekend. I'll do my best to get it done and edit it. Ba Guan Ming Wei. Greatest light Wei. Negative thinking, greatest light. Confusion, greatest light. Whatever you're feeling, even if you're feeling happy, greatest light. And use me. I'm always here. If you want to chat, or if you ever feel like you're plateauing, or you're having family troubles, or you want to ask me anything, I'm always here. So everyone, make a request for a healing blessing. I'm going to invoke in Poppy. I'm going to see Poppy, soul. Dear soul of Poppy. Dear Shifus, please help as appropriate Poppy's soul to navigate the bardo. Dear Guan Yin Amitofu Dashi Chikusa 87 Buddhas of Dabejo. Jesus, Mother Mary, Saint Soul, please offer appropriate blessing to everyone on the line and Poppy. Lesson start. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. 年寿千年大慈大悲观大圆满无碍大悲心不如你，千寿千年大慈大悲观大圆满无碍大悲心不如你，千寿千年大慈大悲观大圆满无碍大悲心不如你。南无喝罗达努多拉耶耶，南无波罗耶波罗揭谛娑本来耶，菩提萨埵婆耶，摩诃萨埵婆耶，摩诃迦卢尼迦耶。安萨本拉法伊苏德努德西亚，南无悉吉利多伊蒙乌雷耶，波罗揭谛须佛拉楞陀婆，南无努勒金奇西利摩诃班杜萨美。 Sapo do Shipongoshi and Sapo Sadonam, Mopo Sadonam, Mopo Chia, Mofata do Daji do Ambo Polo Shiro Jadi Jalodi Shili. Mohopudi Sado Sapo Sapo Mola Mola Moshi Moshi Lito Yen Juro Juro Jamandolo Dolo Fashe Yedi Moho Fashe Yedi Tolo Tolo Sailini. Shifalaya Jala Jala Mama Famala Modili Si Sinu Sinu Vola Shang Fala Shili Fasha Fashan Fola Shir. Hulu hulu mulu hulu hulu shili solo solo shili shili solo solo pudie pudie pudoye pudoye. Midile yenula jinchi saili suni nupa yamana sabahu shido ye sabahu ma shido ye sabahu. Shito i sobalaya sabahu nula jinchi sabahu mola nula sabahu shila jinga mochi ye sabahu. Sobamoho shido ye sabahu jejilao shido ye sabahu bodo moji shido ye sabahu nula jinchi benchilaya sabahu ma poli shanjila ye sabahu. Namaholadana Galaya Namawoli Apology di Subanlaya Subaho and Shitando Mandala Bende Subaho. Shingan Shan Juang and Subaho. Shangman Shan Juang and Subaho Moji Shan Juang and Subaho. Ambo Juli Shilishi Subaho. Feel Guanyan's compassion. Guanyan is the condition of compassion. The purest condition of compassion. Nan Mukwa Shuyen Pusa Nan Mukwan Shuyen Pusa Nan Mo Guan Shi Yin Pu Sa Nan Mo Guan Shi Yin Pu Sa Nan Mo Guan Shi Yin Pu Sa Nan Mo Guan Shi Yin Pu Sa. Up, how? Thank you. Bless and rest. And just surrender to the present moment without any conscious effort. Just be open to the condition of gratitude. Still, detached, quiet, spacious gratitude. No judgments, no complaining, no distinctions, harmlessness, isness. Love you, divine. Love you, Tao. Love you, Guanyin. Love you, everyone on the line. Love you, Poppy Soul. Love you, Shifus. Love you, Mother Nature. Love you, the Tao teachings. Love you, all our spiritual fathers and mothers, all our ancestors. We love you. And we say, how. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. Gong, song, gong, song, gong, song. I'm gonna stop the recording.